Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and we're going to be doing the deck guide on the ever-growing in popularity Murloc Shaman. It was actually really popular in the first couple, I would say, days, or maybe the first week in the expansion of Rise of Shadows, and then it kind of like teetered in popularity as other decks like the Bomber Hunter, the Mid-Range Hunter, the Token Druid kind of took a rise, but now a couple of people have been playing with it, brewing up some nice lists, and the win rate of this deck is just very good. It destroys Mage, like absolutely annihilates Mage, and for a lot of players out there, they really don't like Mage right now. It's a very powerful deck, so basically being able to slaughter that deck by turn 5 is a turn on for some. So with that, for those of you who are unfamiliar with how we do our deck guides, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cover the deck, everything I have in the deck, why it's in there, maybe some synergies, and then from there we'll head into some matches. You'll see how I play the deck, and I'll kind of explain why I do, or what I do and why I do it. So with that, taking a look at the deck list, the double Earthshock is actually super good. It has so many uses, whether or not you're hitting like a smaller minion, like if another aggro deck's playing like a Mekaru, or they've buffed it, or you know, they use Magnetize on a minion, for example Ziliax, you Earthshock it down to its original form. It's just a really good card right now. It's kind of in, normally you would play like Hex in a deck, but because Hex costs 4 mana and that's kind of a lot right now, we can just run Earthshock and it kind of does the same thing. It basically just makes the minion not have taunt anymore, or it takes its effect away. That is probably pretty powerful. The Grimscale Oracle, think of this as basically like the Timberwolf of the Murlocs. It does exactly the same thing. It has exactly the same stats, and it's a Murloc himself. So as we know, we all know how good Timberwolf is in the Hunter deck. So Grimscale Oracle, a really good card in the Murloc deck as well to buff all the Murlocs with the +1 attack. Tidecaller, this is kind of like your really solid early game card. Like this is a guy that you're going to want to have on turn 1 a lot of the time. And that's just because whenever you summon a Murloc, he gets +1 attack. Very similar to, like, you know, when we think of +1 attack cards like Mana Worm back in the day, you know how good that Mana Worm was. There's a couple cards that used to be Undertaker, you know, every time you play Death Rattle, it gets +1 attack. So it seems that cards that cost like 1 to 2 mana, that every time you do something, get an attack, are actually pretty good. And as we can see, there's a large quantity of Murlocs in this deck. So this guy being able to have a high attack pretty early is not a problem at all. So really solid early game card, very powerful. Sludge Slurper, this is one of the newer Murlocs that came from Rise of Shadows. It's a 1 mana 2/1 Murloc that adds a lackey to your hand, Overload 1. The Overload really not that big of a deal because the lackeys are just really powerful. All of the lackeys are good, and like depending on which one you get, you can normally navigate those waters pretty well and get some good use out of them. So just a really good solid 1 mana Murloc. Toxfin, this is kind of why you don't need Hex in the deck, and that's just because if you're playing against, for example, a mage, like a Summoner's Mage or a Conjurer's Calling Mage or Cyclone Mage, whatever you guys want to call it, and they play like a big minion or a big giant, you can just use your 1 mana Toxfin, trade a 1 mana Murloc into their giant, and you've taken care of their giant with just a simple Toxfin. Granted, you only run 2 of them in the deck, but there's a lot of ways to actually like you have the 2 Toxfins, plus you have ways to randomly generate more with the Underbelly. Plus you have ways to buff your Murlocs to make trades, which we'll cover later on. But yeah, Toxfin is like a super awesome Murloc, and it allows a lot of like trades that normally would never happen. Hench-Clan Hogsteed. So okay, there's the Murloc that here, let's type him in real fast so you guys can see who I'm talking about. He's got Charge, and I actually tested both of these guys, the Bluegill Warrior. A lot of people like the Bluegill Warrior, but I found that the ability to like have this guy and he rushed in and kills a minion and then a Murloc pops out of him, it does the same thing as the Bluegill Warrior, but you get the Murloc at the end. And I found the Murloc at the end is actually really useful when trying to like make sure you have board advantage, which is what this deck does. Like this deck, if it loses the board, you just lose. It's not easy to get back on the board, but once you lose it, it's hard to get back, but once you have it, it's hard for, you know, your opponent to get it. And this card just makes sure that you continuously always kind of have a minion on the board. And like burst in this deck, that's why we play cards like Bloodlust, right? So like as the Bluegill Warrior is like a good charger with Murloc Warleader, at the end of the day, we want the board, and what card does that best? And that's a card with Death Rattle, summon a 1/1 Murloc. So If you really like the bluegill, put them in here instead. Take out something else. But I found the Hogsteeds are just really nice. Murloc Tidecaller. It's a 2-mana Murloc that summons 2 Murlocs. It's not a complex card. So just like in the later stages of the game, in combination with like Soul of the Murloc, being able to play a bunch of them is really good. Plus they all buff with synergies like Coldlight Seer and the Warleader. Soul of the Murloc is basically like the Soul of the Forest of the deck. It costs half as much mana as the Soul of the Forest, and the minions are half as large, but the minions are Murlocs. So basically, if you're rocking like 3 to 5 minions prior to turn 5, you drop Soul of the Murloc. If they manage to clear the board, you just follow up with like a Bloodlust and you win. We'll probably see a bunch of those games because it's a pretty common occurrence. Soul of the Murloc, for as cheap as it is, it's really easy to play and weave in to like a turn 5 or 6 play. So really good card. Underbelly Angler is probably one of the best, if not the best card in the deck. If it doesn't die, you win. It says after you play a Murloc, add a random Murloc to your hand. Murlocs are just generally really good. All of them do something, and all of them have a pretty powerful effect. You know, every once in a while you get like the 1-mana 2/1 Murloc that does nothing. But most of the time, Tastyfins, Warleaders, Coldlight Seers, more Underbelly Anglers, Grimscale Oracles, Sludge Slurpers, Toxfin. Like, there's just so many great Murlocs. So, like I said, if this guy just sticks on the board and you just keep playing Murlocs over and over and over again, your opponent just runs out of steam. There's no way there's no deck that can deal with the kind of value that Underbelly Angler brings to the table. So super good card, and being able to like coin this guy out on turn 2 and then him stick up to like turn 3 is insane. Coldlight Seer, this is basically just give your Murlocs +2 health. It allows them to live. It makes them a little bit buffer or like tastier for the buffs. Them having like upwards of like 4 to 6 health is really hard to deal with, especially in the early game, which is where this deck really takes effect. And also keep in mind all of the battle cries in this deck. You're going to be like wondering why there's a Shudderwock in the deck, and we'll kind of cover that when we get to it. Murloc Warleader, I think of this as basically like a Savage Roar, but it's a minion for your Murlocs. So Savage Roar, as we know, does increase the attack by minions by 2. So this is a minion that increases all your Murlocs by 2 attack, but it's also a minion itself, and it's a pretty solid Murloc, a 3-mana 3/3. That's insane. So this guy is really good burst, and he's just a really solid card, and if he doesn't die, you kind of just win as well if you have Murlocs on the board. Hench-Clan, she's just a 4-mana 3/3 summon 2/1/1 Alamagolems with all minion types, which means it's a 4-mana 3/3 that summons 2/1/1 Murlocs. And again, board control, having a lot of minions for Soul of the Murloc, for Warleader, for Bloodlust. Like, just make sure you have like 3+ minions on the board almost every turn is like what this deck like feeds off of. Is just so powerful. Murloc Tastyfin, there's not a lot of draw in this deck at all, so being able to play like a 4-mana 3/2 and then draw 2 Murlocs, and as we know, all of the Murlocs are good, so most of the time you're always drawing into things that you can utilize for the turn, especially like you play this on 4, he dies on turn 5, you're probably going to be able to play both the Murlocs you got from him, because all the Murlocs cost basically below 3 mana, unless you got another Tastyfin. Double Bloodlust is the absolute staple. This is like, you summon Murlocs up until turn 5, you have 4 of them on the board, you've done like 5 to 10 chip damage, you Bloodlust, you win. Some games you just get that cheesy start and you Bloodlust and you just blow out your opponent. Some games require a little bit more thought, but the Bloodlust is in there for this cheese, and the cheese is really good. Hagatha, this is because if you're playing against like a more control style deck and you just can't seem to get on the board and get it to stick, you can opt for a more control based game plan, and most decks can't deal with the ability of every time you play a minion you generate a random spell, and most of the time shaman spells are pretty good, and as we know, there's a large quantity of minions. Almost the entire deck is minions, so Hagatha has like targets out the wazoo, so she's just really solid, and she's also good against other aggressive style decks if you just need like that board clear on turn 8. Shudder. So you'd be like, Rob, it's a little bit too late, what's going on with this? Normally I wouldn't put it in here, but I think her name is Shalissa, hopefully I'm saying that right. She was playing a lot of Murloc, she hit like top 50 legend. I don't know if this is the exact build, I kind of looked at it and tweaked it. I don't think she runs the clan Hogsteed or something like that, I don't know, but either way I thought about it, and it actually like makes a lot of sense to play this guy, and that's because if we look at all the battle cries in the deck, we have Sludge Slurper, we've got Toxfin, we've got the Coldlight Seer, we got the Clan Hag, and then we also have the board clear. So depending on the ordering of Shudder, obviously you could get wrecked. It could like summon all the Murlocs, and then it uses Hagatha, kills all your Murlocs, and then it buffs nothing, right? But most of the time you're gonna be able to summon a whole bunch of Murlocs. The Murlocs are going to get buffed. You're going to generate some cards to your hand, and you basically just played a 9 mana, fill your board with Murlocs and buff them for the most part. And that's just a really powerful tool if you're running out of resources. As we know, there's really only 2 big cards in this whole deck. So out of 30 cards, you're only running 2 cards, and both these cards are really, really powerful. So there's not really a whole lot of big downside to both these cards being in the deck. Granted that the other 28 cards are almost all aggressive. So that's why we have what's in the deck. Hopefully it makes sense, and if I happen to miss anything that you want to point out, feel free to do that in the comment section below. Also, if the deck does you well and you've enjoyed this video and enjoy the games, throw a Keck XD down there. It really helps out the video. And with that, let's head into the games, guys, and hopefully you enjoy them.
The snip snap, bring it on back. Good stuff. Oh my god, this hand. So it's coin, underbelly, into seer. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, no one drop, no one drop. Woohoo! Whoop-bam, whoop-bam. It's about time we got some good stuff, you know? Like, and I was petrified without you by my side. Many nights. Now you're back from outer space. No, walk out the door. There's many more. More. I'll lay down and die. I said no, I will survive. I got all my love to give. I will survive. Hey, hey. Doodle doo 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 doo. This is the fucking nuts, mate. Unless he has, like... I guess he has swipe. If he has swipe, that shuts me down pretty good. Savage Roar also shuts me down pretty good. So how did the trades go? He has to do 3-3. So he kills both my Angler and my Scargill. Not cool, bro. Whoa. Oh, he still has the face. Okay, yeah. No. Walk out the door. And around now. For many more. Bloodlust next turn for lethal. I'm so good at drawing 2 Bloodlust every fucking game. 9 cards deep, double Bloodlust. Opening hand, double Bloodlust. Haven't even played the game yet, double Bloodlust. Oh, yeah. Around now. And welcome many more. I haven't even done the math, but it just looks like lethal. I will survive. He's I hang out with him probably like 4 to 5 days a week. So I'll link his thing in the chat if any of you want to drop a file. We're probably me and him are going to be doing a lot of WoW Classic stuff. So, and also if you do go over there, throw like an emote in the chat so he knows that you came from me, and he'll be like, "Oh my God, Rob sent you," and he'll be all happy. I'm gonna spam a couple pews over there real quick, real fast. I gave him a couple pews. There it is, right there. I don't think I play the Oracle, right? Because it just gets coined and then pinged. Wow, this hand is ass. Of course, Tony. If I slam Warleader, doesn't feel good. Warleader into Warleader doesn't actually seem that bad. Yeah, Warleader into a Warleader into Oracle. And so go like Warleader Oracle, and then these guys have 6 attack each. That's pretty good. And moving to the groove and just when and say play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music, white. Alright, we have lethal next turn. That's so crazy. Lethal next turn if he doesn't kill the Murlocs. Fucking dumb. Murlocs are sitting here like. What
to do? What to do?
Yo, Souza with the follow. Thanks, man. Welcome. Yo, play a giant. Yo, play a giant. I promise it'll be good. Oh no, he's gonna get Frost Nova. He's gonna get Frost Nova. He's gonna get Frost Nova. You got Frost Bolt? Alright. I can live with it. Play that funky music, why? The hero power is better there. Because it still puts a minion on board for Bloodlust. One, two, three, four. Everybody let the shamans in the door. Pow, pow. I shake it up.
Give me a quest.
Ooh, that ain't gonna be enough there, Buckaroo. Yeah, I don't know about that, Mr. Mage. That does not look like enough. Well, the mirror image may be enough. The double ray of frost as well. Whoa. I shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up. We wouldn't get spell power, would we? Shake it up. Shake it up.
Arena's full. Beat it.
to rank 2. And then we're gonna go back to rank 1. It's gonna be good. I actually played some ARAM last night, and we were shitting on people. We were feeling it though. We had quite a decent amount to drink, and we let them know we meant business, boys. We gave them nothing but the business. Yo, Ashley Gibbs with the follow. Welcome. Thank you. Oh shit, son. So you played Grimscale, right? So I just do this and I act normal. I pretend like you can't kill my Tidecaller. He's like, you talking to me, mate? Alright. We're good to go. Alright, gimme. I need the guy who does 2 damage. It's not the guy, man. You're the guy who does 2 damage. That's not the fucking guy, man. That's not the guy, man. That's not the dude, man. Give me a zap. That's not the dude. Alright, we got fucked. But it's okay. I'm used to it. He's gonna get the guy that does 2 damage because he's better than me. I swear to fucking God, if you get the guy that does 2 damage, I'm gonna actually be upset. Alright, you got the guy that actually summons a minion. Alright, that's totally not cool, bro. Don't trade. TY, homies. Cause I'm free. I'm free falling. God, this is ass, because I always draw 2 Bloodlusts. I told you this before. I always draw these fucking Bloodlusts, and it's so annoying. I can't draw any other card. It's just Bloodlust. It's the only card I draw. Bloodlust. You guarantee it. I told you every game. 7 cards in, double Bloodlust. No problem. It's such a bad card to have in this deck early on. The thing is, we only run like 30 cards. Just 2 of them. Simmer down there, Bloodlust. It's because it's Ogre Magi, and when we were playing auto chess, Ogre Magi trolled the fuck out of me. I would try to go Ogre Magi every time, and it would just fuck me. This is pretty low value, Murloc. I'm gonna wait for me to be able to do this, play another Murloc, and then soul the Murloc. Because I can Earthshock whatever Murloc he plays, if he plays like a Tastyfin. Good thing I have double Bloodlust in my hand, chat. So glad I got the free Shavakadu in my hand. Yo, could XRP fucking get some value, baby? Jeez. I don't want to sell it for 40 cents. I want to sell it for 42 cents. Free falling. Free. Yeah, there's the Tastyfin. I knew you were going to play it. That's why I've been holding. I've been on that deep hold, chat. I've been on that deep hold, chat, because I know about it. I know what I need to do to get it done, to get it right, to get it tight. An earth-shocking and Tastyfin is fucking delicious.
For my glory.
Oh my god, I didn't expect the double fin. Alright. Oh my gosh, and he has the Toxfin too? It's disgusting. This guy's a mastermind. He's a master chef. Let me guess, you also top deck Earthshock? Oh my god, you're a fucking canary. Alright, bro. we gotta have a sit down, man. Alright, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now? What's your plan, man? I have double Bloodlust. I've had it since turn 1. I mean, I'm cock locked and loaded, ready to use them. Oh shit, I forgot this girl. I actually don't run her. I don't know what I would replace her with, but she's a really good card. I think I need to play her, because that's the whole point of the Shudder thing. So I think I get rid of the Hogsteed. I don't know. We could take the path away. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You think I get rid of Scargill? I love Scargill. He's my favorite. I want you to know. This guy's gonna summon a Coldlight Seer. He's gonna randomly generate a Coldlight Seer. I know he is. This fucking guy. Alright, we're still in it. Yeah. Boom, boom, ba-doo-doo-doo-boo. This game is still going on. This is a bunch of fucking fish hitting each other with their fins right now. Like, we're just smacking each other in the face with our fins, just like, wah, pah, pah, pah. You take a fin, now you take a fin, now you take a fin. Eventually, the opposing fin will stop moving. I didn't need the Bloodlust there. I can just get the board. Do. I guess you could top deck Hagatha. That'd be so fucking obnoxious. Oh my gosh, not like this. We'll get on baby now. We'll get on baby. Twist and shout. You can't play any more Murlocs without trading. We have double Bloodlust, man. Like, just fucking... Let me kill you! Let me kill you! I want to do it! I don't think you can attack anymore. It's fine. You're dead. What is it, 6? I don't even know the damage, man, but I'm just doing this. Well, bam. Well, bam. Well, bam. Well, fucking bam. Jesus. I'm glad I had those 2 Bloodlusts in my hand since turn fucking 3. Don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I have done without them. Glad they were there. Really shining bright like a diamond they were. Oh yeah, we gotta add the 4 mana 3/3 at 2/1/1. This looks like a good hand. I see a 1, 2, and a 3. Looks good to me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's get more alcohol. And then after this next cup, we'll go to casting. That'll be around 4-ish hours of streaming. So. Yeah, 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours of streaming, 2 hours of casting, and then the last 1 to 2 hours will be whatever the fuck I feel like playing. Want to use you, blah blah blah. Want to get used by you. All right, all right. It's a Murloc riding a hog. Easy, boys. Easy. As long as he doesn't have the board, we're good. Also, next turn, if we happen to draw like a 1 HP or a 1 mana Murloc, that'd be sick. Or at 2 mana, because then we could go like, oh my god, this is so good. So good, so fresh, so clean. And we drew the 1 mana. Oh my god. Alright, GG. GG. So fresh, so clean. Murloc Shaman on the scene. Everybody's McGurgle-a-durgling. It's a good card. It's not lethal or anything like that. So we basically should just play as many Murlocs as we can. Dun, dun. I believe in miracles, 'cause you've got to have one to win. Yes, I do. You bomber hunter. Unleash the monk ass. You sexy thing. Zabba dabba dabba doo. What you gonna do when I go ahead and bloodlust you? There we go. Starting to get wins now, boys. Alright, Huntard again. Even though we have a 1-drop, I don't think this is one of the ones that we keep. Bloodlust in the opening hand. Who would have guessed? I wonder if my dad brought me home a hoagie. Probably not. I don't think I'd just play the Oracle out there.
I wonder. I move quickly.
What is my purpose?
That's really annoying. He coined it out. Is the Venomancer a 2-mana 2/2 or is it a 3-mana 2/2? Because technically, if I go this, the only thing he could have is Bomb Toss that could stop the Angler. But if me, like, I have to play the Angler here. I can't just play nothing. And then if he trades, I can go like Oracle into like Soul and Murloc into trade. Yeah, the only way he kills this is the bomb, right? Because there's no 2-mana mech or there's a Skater bot, but he doesn't run Skater bot. Oh, it's a 2-mana 2/2? Oh, well, GG then. For some reason I thought it was 3 mana. This card's fucking broken then. this Venomancer is broken then. That card is crazy. I thought this was the Venomancer was 3 mana. The card's fucking unbelievably powerful. Jesus. Oh, he also has the Bomb Toss anyway. Alright, so it didn't really matter. God, this hand is so bad. Double Grimscale, double Tastyfin, double Soul to Murloc. This game really wants me to... Hearthstone wants me to lose. Take your money, take your broke ass home. Alright, hit me with an Earth Shock, homie. Restless. Foxy. All right, game. I'm gonna need a little. I'm gonna need a gift here. All right. Warleader. So if he doesn't have lethal here, I can win with Warleader. No! How much damage is that? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11? That's exact lethal. Fuck! No! That's so not cool. That's exact lethal. I had this game. You just... Oh, this lucky. Didn't draw Earth Shocks, man. Gotta draw Earth Shocks versus that Bomber Hunter.